Hello, and welcome to Talking GTA Episode 11. I am your host, Hugo, and this is a podcast about all things Grand Theft Auto related. So last week we talked about Rockstar ignoring Vice City's 20th anniversary and other things related to GTA 6 and stuff like that. Got a lot of good comments on YouTube that I want to read and talk about here. First one says, I have a hard time believing that GTA 6 only takes place in Vice City. The scope is too small for Rockstar spending this long making it. I think they will go the SA/Red Dead 2 route with huge different areas. Maybe they will add islands. Imagine being able to sail to the Bahamas or something. I don't know, just a thought. Loving the podcast, man, from Frog Boyo. Thank you, Frog, for the comment. Appreciate it. Yeah, I imagine even if it is just a Vice City is kind of the main place, there'll be lots of places around it. Who knows if there'll be any major cities like, you know, how LS, San Fierro, and Las Venturas were in San Andreas, or maybe there will be like other islands. Maybe there'll be who knows what, like a whole like Cuba or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. It is, considering it's taking so long, I would hope that's because there's so much to it, but hopefully it's not just, you know, other reasons like having to start over or whatever the case may be. Audix24 says they'll announce it on the 25th anniversary of Vice City, which we were hoping that the 20th anniversary that just passed would be the announcement of GTA 6 because it made so much sense because it's Vice City. The new game is Vice City, so why not announce it or make any reference to the new game coming out on the 20th anniversary of Vice City? But no, nothing. So yeah, 5 more years, then we'll get the announcement, Audix says. Speaking of 25th, though, it is the 25th anniversary of the original Grand Theft Auto coming up. People thought it was in October. It's actually in November. So this is probably just another thing for us to get excited about, and nothing happens. But that is something that we have to look forward to. We'll see what happens. Mr. Screen says, heading back to Vice City, gotta have Love Fist in there somehow, now as farcical dinosaur rockers, yay or nay? Well, apparently, I guess, I can't remember. I remember playing it originally, a Strangers and Freaks mission in GTA 5 that included either one or more of the members of Love Fist, and, which is weird because that kind of goes against their different universes business, which I guess they're a band and they're connected to the radio, and radio people can go through universes or whatever. But they were a big part of the story in Vice City, so I don't really understand why, you know, they can be in the new universe when the other kind of storyline characters cannot. But if they are, for whatever reason, if they can be used again, yes, make some kind of Love Fist related Vice City thing for the new game and have them mention how they worked with Tommy back in the 80s in Vice City or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Thank you, Mr. Screen. Appreciate it. Nivik says, so a caller mentioned bringing back old radio stations to the upcoming GTA. That reminded me of something that the PC version of GTA 4 could do. It was a radio station called Independence FM. How it worked is it would play MP3s that were on your PC through the in-game radio, allowing you to literally build your own radio station. They even had a comedian host the station. How neat would it be for Rockstar to bring that back, but with Spotify integration? I can't imagine why they couldn't pull something like that off. Yeah, I agree. I think that would be awesome. I love the podcast while I'm at work. Keep it up, Mang. Thank you, Nivik. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I think that would be great. I think that would be a perfect opportunity to have some kind of connection with a streaming service, whether it be Spotify or somebody else, where you could, kind of create your own radio station and do it like that, or also have some kind of radio station that includes newer music. See, I don't know how it would work with allowing music in the game, like through a streaming service, how if they'd have to pay the artist or whatever. That it's all kind of weird, but hopefully they this is kind of off topic, but the music industry and the way they kind of like guard their copyrights and stuff is so fucking old school and annoying, and it causes problems for so many video games and streams and YouTube videos and this, that, and the other. So who knows what they'll be able to do. But yeah, that's it's always a fucking problem with music when it comes to this shit. But thank you, Nivik, appreciate it. Marcus says, the funniest thing to me is that people think that because it's a female protagonist in GTA 6, people are losing their heads. Like, think about the original Matrix. It has a male and female protagonist. I get that people are scared because they are scared of the fact that it will turn into woke garbage, but I'm not going to lie. I think that if it's a well-written story, I think it will be good, but we shall see. Sorry for the long rant, Hugo, but I had to say this. Love the podcast. Keep going. It's gotten better since the last time I sent you a message. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate it. Yeah, women exist in this world too, so it's not. Shut up, stop complaining. If you're so negative about fucking a woman being the fucking main character, I see that shit all the time, man. So I agree with you, Marcus. Yeah, people are crazy. Anyway, Kodar says people come and go in companies. Maybe employees didn't care as much if not involved making Vice City. Yes, I agree. And I think that is, a lot of the issue that people worry about with Rockstar now, that it's changed so much and that so many of the old folks are gone. Not old folks, but people, the original kind of crew that put these, like the trilogy together and stuff. But at the same time, you do see Rockstar often tweet stuff related to old, the old games, like when Ray Liotta died, they said something, I'm pretty sure, when GTA 3 was turned 20, they mentioned it. So somebody in the company should say, hey, this is something we should, even if they're new, they should say, hey, we should show love to these old games. Put it on a fucking calendar or something, and make sure somebody knows to send out a tweet on the day of, a game's anniversary or something. Would it be that hard to say something about Vice City or San Andreas or these old games that are so great a couple times a year at most, once a year at least, on their anniversary? So I think that whoever's in charge over there could do something, and I think that they should. And if they don't want to, let me do it. I'll run the fucking Twitter and say happy birthday Vice City, and that's it. That's all you got to do. So anyway, thank you for the comments and the feedback from last week. Let's talk about what's going on in the world of GTA this week.
I'ma lick you like Mr. Whoopi.
So on Monday, the 7th of November, 2022, Take-Two, Rockstar's parent company and the publisher of the Grand Theft Auto series, had their earnings conference call where they talked about a few things GTA related, and there was nothing really groundbreaking. But they did mention that the Grand Theft Auto franchise as a whole has sold over 385 million units. Grand Theft Auto 5 sold 170 million units. And they also talked about the Definitive Edition, the Trilogy Definitive Edition mobile release, where it says it's still coming, but the release date is just to be announced at this point. It originally was supposed to come out the beginning of 2022, I think. And there's been really no news about it, and now they're just kind of like, well, it'll come out eventually. So there's that. And then the CEO did comment on the GTA 6 leak. He said it was terribly unfortunate, disappointing, but no evidence material assets were taken, and that it won't have any influence on development. So that's what they've been saying, or that's what Rockstar said after the leak originally. So hopefully that's true, and that is good news if it is, because we don't want it to be delayed any more than it already has been. So that was basically it out of the Take-Two conference call, but definitely some interesting things to mention. So elsewhere in the world of GTA, Tez2 reported that a source said Rockstar will let players come up with their own mixes and beats in Grand Theft Auto Online soon. He's mentioning that this probably connects to the domain name Rappinator.com that Rockstar registered about a year ago, or 2 years ago actually at this point. And they've had a game previously called Beaterator with Timbaland that people could kind of make their own music and stuff. So putting something like that in GTA Online makes sense for Rockstar, since their music is a big part of these GTA games, and there would be something fun for players to do besides killing each other and robbing stuff and criminal activity, which GTA obviously is a lot of, criminal activity and stuff. But there's a whole nother world. You make all this money being a criminal, and then what? But yeah, so with Dr. Dre being in the game and stuff like that happening, there's going to be, it seems like there's going to be a lot of stuff to do with music in the future coming soon. So that's pretty cool. We'll be on the lookout for that once it's officially announced, if it's officially announced, and see if that'll be something worth jumping back into GTA Online for. Also, 5M had a looks like some kind of security incident on their forums, with somebody gaining access to people's email addresses, IP addresses, and stuff with server license keys. I don't know much about 5M. I've never used it, played on it, or any of that stuff. But for those that do, maybe take a look at that and see if you need to do anything to protect yourself there, because that's kind of scary. But that's basically it for this week in the world of Rockstar Games. Let's get to the emails.
He killed my brother.
All right, so as we all know, Stacy is dead. I'm continuing to read the emails this week until we find a replacement. So here we go. First email. Hello, Hugo1. Big fan of your streams and loving the podcast. Not sure if anyone brought this up, but what's your opinion on the made-up music bands from the old GTA games like GTA Vice City having love fist with the made-up songs on the radio like Down, 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 Dangerous Bastard? GTA 3 having some on Lips 106 and Head Radio with Connor and Jay, and that band literally called Whatever. And one last one I can remember was in GTA 2, there was some Christian rock parody where the choir was called the Rocksta Choir. I always found the made-up music to be interesting and a nice parody for the setting Rockstar was going with, as is very fitting for Vice City to have a parody of all the 80s rock bands, while GTA 3 was would best describe as heavy pop with auto-tune to set an obvious 2000s feel. Anyways, good luck with your next speedrun, Utamang Mang from GTA fans. Thank you, GTA fans. There's some like kind of, I don't want to say it's made up, which all music is just made up, but the stuff in GTA 3 on the radio that was kind of made for the game, that just sounds like regular pop music or whatever, is really good. I like it. I listened to it on my regular playlist and stuff. So I think that was great at the time. But then obviously when Vice City came out and they used actual popular songs from that time period, that was definitely the way to go. And I thought it was great. But you could also have, a fictional love fist in the game and stuff like that, and it still works. So I think it's cool. I wish they would do it again. But, with Rockstar having, with GTA 5 having, or GTA Online having actual Dr. Dre in it, it's kind of like, I don't know, moving more towards real artists within the game and not just on the radio. So, but obviously Phil Collins was in Vice City Stories and stuff, but who knows if they'll ever have a kind of fictional kind of band with fictional music or something like that, or a whole radio station with that type of stuff. That would be pretty cool. I think it'd be awesome if they just had a contest for people to submit their songs to get on a radio station in the next GTA, since there's so many radio stations in GTA. I guess if they found a better way to sort them, we could maybe have like a ton. Maybe at the beginning of the game, you can say, okay, I like this type of music, put these radio stations on my radio wheel. So it's not like 300 stations on the wheel. You get to kind of whittle it down to what you want. And then they could add like made up stuff on one station or user submitted stuff on another station or something like that. But music seems to be a big topic, a thing we talk about a lot in here, because it's such a big part of these GTA games. I think that's great, and that's another reason why the music industry kind of being a bitch about shit makes it hard on people who love these games, because then years down the line you want to replay the game again and you buy it from whatever source sells it, and music is missing because the license expired or whatever, and it's annoying as fuck. But yeah, who knows? We'll see what happens with the next GTA. All right, thank you. Next email here from Chocolate Spy. Hello again, Hugo1. Good to meet you again. Anyways, multiplayer in GTA games are interesting according to the gameplay, but can be inflated. So there are two types of multiplayer for current GTA's modded and official Rockstar versions. Modded multiplayer. It mainly consists of modification done for multiplayer. Best examples are San Andreas multiplayer, Multi-Theft Auto SA, 5M Extra. Every GTA consists multiplayer game mode with no hidden fees, not including microtransactions from server. The most popular server in SAMP is Welcome to Los Santos, which is GTA Online, but for San Andreas. NFS San Andreas is a server converting San Andreas into Need for Speed. Rockstar made multiplayer. Only 2 versions on multimedia and 2 in PSP. GTA 4 had a multiplayer, which was a fun experience and had no microtransactions, and was fun with players, and the map was designed for having fun and main combat. GTA 5 Online is an MMO and is quite good, but now it's been a cringe game. Difference. Modders multiplayer is more expanded with Rockstar's multiplayer. Conclusion. Multiplayer in GTA games are interesting and fun, but it can get boring if it's MMO, but if it's PvP and free roam, it can be fun. Your opinion on multiplayer versions of GTA games? Questions. Have you ever played GTA 4 or 5 online? Have you ever played 5M SAMP MTA? Last time from your response. In PS5 version, GTA Online got House Special Works, which added the sense of speed back into the game, and opinion on car modding customization. Thank you, Chocolate Spy, for the email. All right, let's see. So, have I ever played GTA 4 or 5 online? GTA 4, no, not online. I never played. GTA 5 online, I played a ton of, and I loved it. And like I've said before, it's become something so much more. There's always so much going on in online now that I'm like so far behind. I'd have to, I guess, buy all these new things or whatever to kind of get into it now. But back in the day, I loved it. And it still offers things that I like, races and stuff, things you can do with people. And it's a lot of fun. Have I ever played 5M SAMP MTA? I played a little bit of MTA, a little bit of racing on MTA, and I did a little bit of the PUBG mod. And those were both a lot of fun. I think it was great. So, yeah, I think... whatever you call it, modded multiplayer, like the ones that like regular people make and create these online worlds and online events and games and stuff like that, are a lot of fun, and they're awesome. And but Rockstar did a good job with their GTA Online, clearly, because people still play it enough that, you know, there's new events all the time, and people are always doing those events and stuff. But the one thing I would say to all this is I hope Rockstar can learn from, you know, 5M and all these super popular roleplay servers or whatever they are, and kind of incorporate that into the next version of GTA Online. Like, I hope they're already planning to do that, because I think it will, you know, benefit them greatly. Not to like kind of put those things out of business or whatever, but to, you know, bring it to a wider audience, people that aren't only playing on PC or don't want to mod their game or whatever, you know. So as far as car modding and customization, that was something that existed in San Andreas, and I never really got involved in it at all, just because I you know, I just didn't see the point of doing that and then having my car like blow up and I lose it all or whatever. But in GTA Online, I would mod all my cars to make them as fast as possible, and then just customize them how I want them to look. Usually they'd all have the same kind of color scheme, so in my garage they looked cool as shit or whatever. And yeah, that was fun, but I kind of do it once and then be done. So I didn't do a whole lot of that, and I would do it pretty quickly, just go through each thing in the menu and then, you know, grab whatever the best was or whatever I could afford. But thank you for the email, Chocolate Spy. Appreciate it. All right, next email from Koopa Fan. What's up, Hugo? What's up, whoever's reading this message today? I don't have too much to say. I just want to ask you your personal thoughts are on songs made specifically for GTA games, like the things like Grand Theft Auto, the song Lips 106, Head Radio, the Love Fist songs, or even songs like Welcome to Los Santos. Wow, look at that. It's like the same question as before. See, people really got music on the mind right now. That's why it's working perfect that Rockstar is making a thing where you can create your own beats and stuff in the game. But yeah, like I said before, there's a lot of that stuff that I really like that I didn't even realize at the time back then, or for a long time, that that stuff was made, like the stuff in GTA 3 specifically on Lips 106 or whatever, was made for that game, because I hear it alongside the Scarface soundtrack, and I think, oh, this must just be whatever songs they got from wherever. But the fact that they basically only exist in that game is pretty cool. I think they were great. I think they were it was really cool to have that element. But again, having popular music makes it really cool like as well. So it works both ways. But thank you for the email, Koopa Fan. Appreciate it. All right, Mike the Nerd says, hello, Hugo. Thank you again for reading my last email, and the podcasts have been great as usual. Anyways, on with the questions I have below. What kind of memes do you think GTA 6 will have? I think the internet is going to meme about Lucia's ass being so thick and Jason being a Florida man doing crazy shit. I agree. I feel like that's already happening. As soon as they saw these people, those are basically the two things they said. The freaks went wild over a female game character, which they always do. And then Jason, there's a little bit of that Florida man stuff. Just the way he's dressed and the way he looks kind of seems like it. But, you know, since we're controlling him, he better be on his game. You know, he can't be doing too crazy of shit. But I guess Trevor was pretty crazy, so this guy could be crazy too. Next one. In GTA 6, I wonder if Port Gellhorn will be our second major city, or will Port Gellhorn be like Paleto Bay and have Vice City be the main focus? Thanks for taking the time in your podcast to read and respond to my questions. You're an absolute legend. I hope you have a spectacular day. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think that, but if I had to guess, I would guess that Port Gellhorn is kind of like just a small town outside of the big city. And that it's not really a big deal. So more like Paleto Bay is. And I think there'll be other towns like that too around the way, around Vice City. So, but yeah, I don't think Port Gellhorn would be like this major thing, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. It's interesting stuff. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. All right, next one from Jency. If you could be a GTA character, who would you be and why? Something like this is hard to say because of the GTA characters, most of them are crazy psychopaths who just kill people constantly and are in danger themselves all the time, you know, so that's not something I really want to be involved with. So, you know, someone who's in Grand Theft Auto who's not like that is Jimmy. He's just playing his games and chilling, and that seems cool to me. But he's an annoying prick, so obviously don't want to be Jimmy. But it seems like usually the main character is the cooler person in the world. Everybody else is kind of quirky and weird. So like CJ, I think he's, you know, he's got all his shit together. Basically, everyone around him is kind of lacking in some way or another. In like GTA 4, I liked Packy. He wasn't the main guy, but he seemed like he was okay. But he was a little crazy too. So, honestly, to answer your question, I don't know. Michael, when he was thinking of retiring, seemed good, but then he got back into the game and started being shady and shit again. So definitely not him. It's tough to say, honestly. Lamar is having a good time in life. Maybe I'd pick Lamar because he's always laughing and joking and shit, and that's pretty funny, except for the fact that, you know, he puts himself in danger more often than even Franklin or any of these other people do, it seems. So, I don't know. Good question. Good thing to think about. Who would you be? I'd love to know your answer to that question. Thank you for the email, though, Jency. Appreciate it, friend. All right, Tyler says, Hugo, what's your opinion on how wokeness will be portrayed in GTA 6? I know it's a common conversation, but I feel that they have to acknowledge the whole new woke phenomenon. I personally feel this won't affect blood or gory stuff in the game, but do you think the woke characters will be made fun of kind of like GTA 5 making fun of the new generation eating kale and doing yoga and whatnot? Or do you think the game will stop making jokes about sex workers, i.e. prostitution, or gay/trans people/ideals? I don't know how I personally feel about that because I've always loved how GTA will make fun of everyone because everyone sucks. LOL. But I feel like that kind of stuff will be toned down to cater to the current views of today and not cause backlash thoughts. I don't know. To give you my honest opinion, I feel like people are way too preoccupied with this nonsense. I don't. It's like it's the people are always complaining about the woke crowd and the woke games and the woke this and the woke that, to the point where that's more annoying than fucking any woke shit. Everybody's talking about, oh my God, a female character? Look at him going woke. What would they say about San Andreas with the first black kind of protagonist in a game like that? That was a big deal at the time. There was no woke nonsense to blame it on, thank God, because they would have, and then here we would, it would like lessen the impact of a great character like CJ because people were saying shit like that. So I really am getting tired of hearing about this woke nonsense. So hopefully they make fun of people that are overly woke in the game, and hopefully they make fun of people who are complaining about wokeness in the game, and then everybody will be happy and we'll move on with our lives and we'll play GTA and we'll have fun. Because this shit is so fucking annoying to hear about this woke nonsense all the time. Not that, you know, and to say this, if they have to like not make fun of a certain thing because times have changed and that's the world we live in, then so be it. You know, that's just kind of how things are. And if you hate Rockstar because they won't, mock, trans people or whatever, then that's your business. You can be angry about that somewhere else. I'll still be playing the game, and hopefully it will be good no matter what. I'm just hoping for a fun game and it to continue to be the Grand Theft Auto that we always have known and loved. Thank you for the email, friend. Appreciate it. Next one, Fanny Monster Cat says, "Hey, Hugo, good work on making this podcast for us. Hope the number of podcasts will only grow bigger. I want to know your opinion about maps and locations. Do you think it is a good idea to make multiple cities as it was in San Andreas, or do you prefer mostly spend time in one city? What if Rockstar Games makes a GTA 6 besides Vice City, which is Miami, 2 more cities, fresh Las Venturas, Las Vegas, a bit countryside between them, and Chicago, I don't know how to name it in a Rockstar way, opening step by step for us to explore, or open forever? Much love for taking your time to make podcasts live and fun to listen to. You to Mang Hugo." Thank you, Fanny Monster Cat. Appreciate it. I think that if they have the capability of doing that and making the cities, each city unique and good and big and detailed and stuff like that, then yes, please put as much in there as possible. I think that's only going to benefit them from a online standpoint. With GTA Online, the more area of the map you have to create new missions and, whatever type of stuff goes on in GTA Online, the better. The more shark cards you'll sell, the better. All that stuff. You won't have to create a new random island for a DLC or something if you just have a ton of space. So yeah, if they had a focus on making a mega map like that, where it is like multiple cities that aren't even close together, that are far apart, I think that would be excellent. I would love that. So I don't expect that, though. I do expect it to basically be just Vice City, and that's kind of it. The initial reports were that it was going to be Vice City, it was a GTA Americas and Vice City, and then I guess kind of like a South America area, but then they scrapped the South America part and only kept Vice City. So there's a good chance that it only is like a Vice City and surrounding areas, maybe a whole kind of like state of Florida or something like that. Or maybe some islands off the coast of Florida or something like that, but nothing major. But that could all be wrong. These are all just leaks and speculation half the time anyway. But what we've seen already, of course, is just Vice City. So yeah, I would be all for more than less, but I doubt it's going to happen. But thank you for the email, Fanny. Appreciate it. All right, next one. Hola, Hugo, loving the pod. I always look forward to new episodes to listen to at work, so please keep them coming. 2 questions for you. What do you think about the idea of skating in future GTA games? Rollerblades, skateboarding, etc. I think it could be pretty fun to have skating mini games or as a mode of transportation for traveling short or long distances, doing cool tricks along the way. I can't remember if someone else asked, but do you plan on doing any more co-op speedruns? I'm having a blast watching the co-op Rainbow Miser run. Thank you for being you, Michelle from Tampa. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it. Skating, I think, is actually a topic that hasn't come up a lot, and it should, because I think that's I think that would be a great thing to add, something they haven't really done much with, but had planned to, as at least with San Andreas, there was a skateboard meant to be included as transportation and also a weapon. But yeah, I think again, the more stuff you can do roaming the map is better for Rockstar. So if, let's say, you have this major city, and then you give people rollerblades, roller skates, a skateboard or something, and then they can go out and do their own kind of tricks. They could kind of just figure out their own stuff. I see people doing like crazy stunts in cars and stuff online and having fun with that. And you could have the same kind of fun on a skateboard, just doing crazy tricks around whatever, jumping from building to building or something wild that you probably wouldn't do in real life because it's too dangerous, but could do in the video game if they did it right. And I think maybe that's what's holding them back. They maybe don't feel like they could get it right with the skateboarding or whatever, but I think it would be awesome, and I hope they do, because I think that's a great idea, and I haven't really thought about that. But yes, thank you. Co-op runs in the future, possibly, yeah, that could be a thing. Have to wait and see. None planned for right now, but thank you, Michelle, for the email. Appreciate it. All right, next one from Art. Do you wish Rockstar would embrace modding more with their new Grand Theft Auto game that might come out? For example, do you think Rockstar should add official modding tools, kind of like how Bethesda Softworks adds mod tools to their games? Fallout 4, Skyrim, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 3. There are approximately 68.9 thousand mods for the original Skyrim and 27.9 thousand mods for Fallout New Vegas source Nexus mods, both of which have official modding tools created by Bethesda. With this knowledge, do you think it would be a smart idea for Rockstar to invest in creating official modding tools for Grand Theft Auto 6 instead of community relying on fan tools to modding their games? On one end, Rockstar Games probably sees no real reason to do this for possible financial and legal reasons, and I'm not exactly sure their publisher Take-Two would like this idea because historically Take-Two sucks at handling modding of any kind. Take-Two shut down the Open 4 team with a cease and desist. They are also trying to sue a game company for making a video game called It Takes Two. On the other end, this would generate so much hype for GTA 6 that you wouldn't believe and would make sure the community loves Rockstar to death and would have a very positive impact on Rockstar's reputation as a game developer. Nice outfit, High Roller, says Orange12. Thank you, Art, for the email. Appreciate it. That's not something I would ever expect them to do. I think the step in the right direction would be to stop taking down mods, stop sending out cease and desist letters and stuff like that. I wish somebody from Rockstar, Sam Houser specifically, could get with Take-Two and say, hey, please stop doing this shit. You're fucking making us look bad, because everybody blames Rockstar right away, but it's always Take-Two on the legal notices and stuff. So it's within their right to do that. This is their IP, I guess, and they have a say on what is allowed and what isn't allowed in that regard or whatever. But as far as them putting out tools to mod the game, I feel like if they did that, it would be something very confined within their own world, in their own GTA Online type of deal. And there probably wouldn't be much to it. I feel like they want so much control over this game that, I wish they would be like, if people mod it, so be it. We're not going to help them. But again, they're also, like you said, Take-Two's taking stuff down, which is bad. But I don't think they would do that. It just doesn't seem like a Rockstar thing to do. But if they did, I think people would be excited about that, and they would find it pretty cool. And yeah, I would love to see Rockstar kind of get some more love from people, because it seems like it's nothing but hate these days about a million different things. So yeah, something to get people on their good side would be awesome. Thank you for the email, Art. Appreciate it. All right, next one. In GTA San Andreas, when completing the mission Breaking the Bank at Caligula's, CJ receives a call from Salvatore saying that he was going to kill him and his family. Do you think Salvatore got his revenge on CJ? There's a theory saying Tony Cipriani killed CJ a year later after the bank heist. Let me know your thoughts. Loving the podcast. Keep it up. Childish Subi, your secret gay lover. Thank you, secret gay lover. I think I don't know. Well, I would say no. Salvatore couldn't handle CJ. Neither could Tony Cipriani. Neither could none of that shit. None of them could handle CJ. If they came for him, CJ would take him down, no problem. So I guess he just has to survive until the almost 10 years when Salvatore is killed, but that's a long time. But I it depends. Where's he going to find him? Maybe he goes after Woozie. How does, what does Sal know, and what is he willing to do to get revenge or whatever? I would like to think that there's no way CJ could be killed by any of these guys, and that, he maybe robbed their casino again because he gives no fucks and he's a fucking tough dude. So I don't know. That's tough to say. I wish the Rockstar would kind of maybe talk to us about this and we could ask them and see what they think, because they're the ones that wrote it. But the people that wrote it, where are they now? Are they even still with the company? But I guess not, if it's Dan Houser or Leslie Benzies or whoever. But thank you, Childish Subi, for the email. Appreciate it, friend. All right, let's see here. Sup, Hugo, you mentioned something in the last couple episodes about speedrunning. I really appreciate your approach to speedruns and how you don't have to aim for the top of the mountain to enjoy yourself. You can absolutely just set a time and try to beat it. I made up a category for myself a while back called Sweet Busted Percent, where I try to finish the Los Santos portion of San Andreas as quickly as possible. First time I did it, I clocked in around 2.5 hours. Best time I ever did was like 1 hour and 40 minutes. Felt like I was on fire that day. I've got a little notebook where I keep all my attempts scrawled along with the date, and it's neat to see the improvement over time. Just wanted to say thanks for getting me into this, and thanks for promoting the idea that speedrunning doesn't have to be all stress and salt. Hope you inspire others to take a run at their favorite games. All the best, homie. From Woods the Wall. Thank you, Woods. Appreciate it. I think that's awesome. I think it's an awesome way to play these old games. It doesn't have to be, speedrunning doesn't have to be world record, and it doesn't have to be whatever categories other people have set up. Like you said, you've created your own goal and you've, gone at it a number of times and improved your time over the course of many attempts and stuff. And I think that's awesome. That's a cool way to play these old games. That would be something they could even put into the game, they could have you the speedrun mode where you set a timer and you set a goal and you see if you can beat it, and it keeps your high scores in the game, or not high scores, but best times in the game. And that would get more people into this or whatever, and it wouldn't have to be all about who has the world record. Oh, you're not getting the world record, why are you even playing? Stuff like that. So yeah, thank you, Woods, for sharing that. That's pretty awesome. Thank you, Fred. All right, that's it for the emails. Let's get into the phone calls.
All right, let's go to the phones. Hello, caller. You're on Chatterbox.
What's happening, Hugo? Much love as always. Love the podcast, subbed on YouTube, all the other good stuff. Question. I know it's been probably brought up before, and I'm sorry if it's a repeat, but I thought about the radio potentially for GTA 6. What do you think about either keeping the same old radio format as far as the different stations, Chatterbox, all that good stuff? And or possibly if Rockstar would have the staff and or, people power enough to like maybe provide podcasts, their own kind of podcast, parody, spoof, within the GTA universe, of course, and maybe not do it weekly unless they're able to do so, but maybe every other week or monthly sort of podcast-y kind of thing. Or again, it could be like within the GTA universe, that whole gimmick, and or maybe something real life, but still GTA centered and or focused, or maybe just stick to the old radio format. I don't know. I like either or, as long as it's still as funny as it's always been. I'd love to see Laszlo back. I'm sure it's like everybody else would. But let me know what you think. I was just curious about that. Maybe that'd be something new they can like kind of implement, tweak, whatever. Because Spider-Man for PS4 did have that, like sort of like. I mean, they were like maybe 3 minutes long at most. Like Jonah Jameson, he would do like little podcasts after he solved like certain crimes or passed certain missions. Maybe something along those lines for GTA. But let me know what you think, man. Again, love the podcast. Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for the quality content every Tuesday, man.
Thank you, friend, for the call. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think that would be a great idea if they could kind of have some kind of podcast within the world that changed, weekly or however often, maybe per month or something like that. If they're going to have this GTA Online world, which they already do, and they, keep it going with new updates and stuff like that, that would work perfectly with some kind of, weekly, monthly podcast. They could talk about all the things that are changing in the world, new updates and stuff like that, and they can maybe give you tips on the radio. They could say, oh, did you hear that if you go, through the back door of that building on that heist, then you can find an easier way in or something like that, which maybe that would kind of break the fourth wall a little too much or something like that. Maybe they would have to word it differently, like, oh, I hear that some of the faster criminals are getting in through the back or something like that. Would be pretty cool. So you could do a real world kind of radio station that with updates from the real world that players could listen to while they play. They might want to hear, what's going on in the world of, video games or sports, music, movies, stuff like that. Or yeah, it could be in universe where they do talk about the events that are going on and stuff like that. That would be awesome as well. So I guess you would have one that kind of comes prepackaged with the storyline and that kind of changes as the story goes, like the news reports have in previous GTAs. And you could have the online version that's always kind of evolving and new ones are coming up forever. I don't think any of us thought we'd be here almost 10 years later with the same game, with online being the main focus. So hopefully they're kind of planning for that, the next version of online with new ideas like that. So anyway, thank you for the call, friend. That was really interesting. Thank you.
Hey, yo, what's up, Hugo? My name is Jorge Alfonso Zelaya, and I'm wondering, how come Rockstar how come they don't add new missions, they don't add new weapons, new creatures, like animals, in the fucking video game? Like, don't you think it's ridiculous how Rockstar, after all these 20 years, they haven't added nothing new to the GTA Vice City, GTA 3, GTA San Andreas? Like, come on, Rockstar. Add some creatures, add some new weapons, new missions, new side missions, everything. You take care now, Hugo. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, Jorge, for the phone call. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's interesting. I can't believe that CJ never got a dog through all these years, or Tommy never got lizards getting into his mansion and fucking with him or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting stuff. Should have happened. Thank you, Jorge. Appreciate it. Hope you're listening, Rockstar.
Hi, this is Tony. I'm calling for the podcast. Yeah, I was just thinking, I've always been a big fan of, Grand Theft Auto and The Sims, and, I was wondering if you think they should do, things that are, in The Sims and Grand Theft Auto, like you have to, cook food at home and stuff, and you can buy furniture for your house, and maybe, you can, make friends with other people, in The Sims, just stuff like that. I think it would be really cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they have when they and this kind of almost everything we talk about comes back to the fact that they create this mega world in GTA Online where there's all these possibilities. But again, it always kind of goes back to do criminal activity, make money, buy cars, buy, whatever, weapons or whatever you can buy online. And that's kind of it. So, yeah, I think getting creative with what can be done in these GTA worlds, something like The Sims, for those that want to play it, would be pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think there's a lot they could do with it. I just kind of wonder what the dynamic at Rockstar is when it comes to coming up with new ideas. If adding this thing for making music into online, if that's actually real and that's happening, who came up with that idea? How long have they been working on it? How are these ideas pitched? Stuff like that. Has anybody ever pitched something like The Sims for the GTA world? So, yeah, thank you, Tony. I think that's a great idea. Thank you for the call, friend. Appreciate it.
Hey, Hugo, Clay Doggy. Just finished the last podcast, doing a great job. 10 episodes. That's awesome, man. Congratulations for that. Hopefully there's many more to come. I didn't have anything really specific to talk about on this one. Nothing really struck my fancy on something to comment on or any crazy ideas or anything like that. So I thought I'd just talk about you for a second. Longtime follower on Twitch. You always have really great, entertaining interactions with your viewers and, the people who subscribe with the crazy messages and fuck sweet and all that stuff. You're doing a great job, man. This podcast was a great idea. Bringing the community together, just a bunch of fans who want to talk about GTA or all things GTA. I think it's awesome. I wish you many, many more episodes to come. You're doing a great job. Again, I've said that. I'm repeating myself now because I don't know what else to say. You're great. Keep it going. Later, homie.
Thank you, Clay Doggy. Appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for your calls and stuff, emails, all that stuff since the beginning. Thank you. I appreciate it greatly, friend. And thank you to anybody who is listening now and who's enjoying this type of stuff. I would say, like, we're kind of, I don't know if we're rare or we're weird or what about us that, we're so kind of into these GTA games and we can sit here and talk about it, forever and enjoy this stuff and enjoy conversation about it. But whatever we are, I'm glad that we can kind of come together and have these discussions because it's fun as hell for me to talk about these games and talk about ideas and what do you think about this and that and the other. And I've loved it so far. But thank you, Clay Doggy, for the phone call. Appreciate it, friend.
Hey, Hugo. I just got a quick question. What's your thoughts on the physics and the gore that's going to be implemented in Grand Theft Auto 6? Are you hoping that it's going to be like similar to Red Dead 2? Like, because Red Dead 2 was pretty graphic, and honestly, I love that about Red Dead 2. I wish that GTA 5 was like Red Dead 2, but obviously not. That's one thing I found that GTA 5 really lacked in was the physics. Like, when it came to, driving the cars and stuff, it just didn't seem, like, realistic. And same with, like, shooting people or fighting. It just seemed kind of like, I don't know. It didn't seem as real, Like GTA 4, I thought they did a pretty good job. And Red Dead 2, like, wow, they knocked it out of the park. But do you think GTA 6 is going to be as like gory as like Red Dead 2? And do you think maybe that they're going to bring back like realistic car crashes and stuff like GTA 4? Let me know what you think. That'd be pretty cool, just mowing down freaking the whole freaking.
Thank you for the call, friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think that they have to find a balance with when it comes to like graphic kind of gory deaths and stuff like that in these games, because if it's too like outrageous, I remember seeing, I didn't play it at all, but like a more recent Mortal Kombat that was really good graphics and then had all this crazy gory details. It was like a bit too much, so they do have to find a balance where it is kind of like, oh, fucked him up, shot his head off, this, that, or the other, but can't be like fucking somebody's intestines went flying out and dragged down the street by the car or some shit disgusting like that. With GTA 3, you would have, you could shoot people's limbs off and they'd go flying across the screen and stuff. And that worked for that type of game. And I thought it was really cool. And I think that was awesome and kind of did miss it as the games kind of, even with San Andreas, with similar graphics, but you didn't have like limbs flying off everywhere. But obviously you couldn't do that now. It would look weird. It would kind of be cheesy almost if it was that similar type of, graphics or whatever. But I think that they hopefully will have something entertaining at least, and not too outrageous. But thank you for the call, friend. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll slap your face with this fucking cock, boy. Yeah, suck my hairy nuts, boy.
Okay, thank you for the call.
So, how long do you think it'll take for GTA 6 speedruns to be out whenever it comes out, obviously? Because we all know that there's going to be like 20-hour speedruns if it comes out as long as GTA 5, but like, how long do you think it'll take to develop strats and get down by quite a few hours or even minutes? Like, what do you think the first strat will be, or when it'll be, or who even knows, or if we'll find like on Mission Zero skips a bunch or something like that? That's all I gotta say. Thanks for featuring me in the last episode, dude. It's awesome. So excited.
Thank you for the call, friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think people will start speedrunning it instantly. I think they'll try to play the game. As soon as it comes out, play it, and then right away, like, start trying to find strats and trying to speedrun it. And that's just kind of, I guess, the world we live in now, where people kind of, I don't know, want to be the first, maybe, or something. I remember seeing when Red Dead 2 came out, people rushing to try to be the first speed run or whatever, but when it came time to actually develop strats and really get down to it, only like the dedicated ones were still there doing that. So I think there'll be kind of like this, you'll see people right away saying, oh, I'm doing a speed run, I'm the first, or I'm one of the first speed runs, check me out, or whatever. But then like the real kind of like strat finders will get involved, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I'm really hoping it's not like 20 hours, because that would suck. I'm all for, a long game, but I hope that the cutscenes and the story and all that stuff is kind of separate from the actual action in the game, and that the action, the part where that you control, can be kind of done faster to your liking. If you want to like blow through it, you can, and it doesn't take 20 hours. But we'll see. Thank you for the call, friend.
Hello, friends of the Talking GTA podcast. It's Pietro Hill calling in again. Hello, Hugo. I hope that you're doing alright and that no one's actually harassed you anymore after what happened in the last few weeks. So I went back to listen to episode 9 to see what you were saying there. And you were talking about censoring songs to make the radio stations in GTA more realistic, like the ones in real life, and stuff like that. And I agree with you that we want all those swear words and we don't want to censor the game. And also, I think that it would be stupid. Like, it's a game for adults. Like, why the fuck should we censor it to make it more... Like, we say bad words, everyone says them, everyone knows them. Why should we censor it? First thing. Second thing is, how much do you think that we should worry about the game being, censored in this case, regarding the songs, but also other stuff? Like, times have changed and now people get more offended. Like, should we be scared about, like, Rockstar and Take-Two trying not to play as much with fire, let's say, and making the game more family friendly? Because I think that would make GTA lose a lot of what GTA is,
Thank you, Pietro, for the call. Appreciate it. I think that we might have finally reached a point where people recognize that not all video games are for kids, and it's going to have the mature rating, and so they know that, they can do more in it and get away with more now than they would have in the past. Like with the San Andreas hot coffee thing, hopefully now that they can, they'll feel comfortable doing, who knows what, crazy stuff. But so I expect it to be as crazy as ever, less toned down. But kids are going to play it anyway, because some parents just don't give a fuck, and they do think video games are just for kids. So they're going to be exposed to this shit no matter what. So might as well just make it the crazy adults game that we've always known it to be.
What do you want me to say? You were the one that wanted to call.
No, you were the one who wanted to call.
No, I already called, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, I already called. I told you.
So if GTA 6 is coming out next year, that means there's solid gameplay for it. And
probably not.
Yeah, there is, because we've gotten
Who said it was coming out next year?
or 2024 or something. So, why is there gameplay videos if it's coming out so far from now?
Do you realize those were leaks?
I thought they were official gameplay videos.
No, those are leaks. Are you insane?
No, I'm very stupid, yes.
Don't feature us in the video, but thank you for featuring me in the last one.
That was really entertaining. Thank you for letting me hear that conversation. And I love the discussion of, you know, what we've seen so far, those official gameplay videos, those are leaks, whatever, when GTA 6 coming out. These are the type of conversations that we're all having, you know, and that we're talking about. So, you know, it's great. I love to talk about GTA 6 and what we have to expect and stuff like that. But yes, they are leaks, and it was like, you know, in development, all the stuff we saw. So, yeah, who knows when it's coming out? I don't know, but yeah, thank you for that entertaining interaction you guys had there. Thank you. But that's it for today. That's it for the phone calls. That's it for everything. Thank you, homies, for listening all the way through. As always, if you want to call, please call 1-818-691-5807. You can leave a message. We can play it. We can listen to it. We can talk about it. You can also email talkinggta69@gmail.com. And we can talk about GTA related stuff that way. So whatever you want to do, get involved, because we're having fun here. It's a lot of fun doing all this stuff. Shout out to the YouTube members, the Twitch subs, everybody, all the support. Thank you, friends. Follow me on YouTube, Hugo1 streams. And by the way, I think I'm going to start uploading shorts to my regular YouTube channel, if this matters to anybody. But I was always promoting this Hugo1 shorts channel. But YouTube kind of changed the way they sort shorts from regular videos, and that's what I didn't want to do, have like all the regular videos among a sea of shorts, but since YouTube is kind of getting it right, I can stop uploading to that other channel, upload it here, and we could have kind of clips and stuff like that. But that's just a personal thing, not a GTA thing. But anyway, was just thinking about, wanted to mention it. So anyway, yep, that's it. Thank you for listening all the way to the end, friends. Catch you next week. Peace out.